this movie is also an homage to the feeling of being an artist and actors and cinema. Was it present in the book, or was it you infusing that everywhere signs of movies that you love?
We were definitely cued by the book. I had never seen The Room up until 4 years ago when I first read the book, and before I was even finished reading, I was taken with the story. And Greg Sestero, one of the actors in The Room, and Tommy's best friend, wrote it with this great journalist, Tom Bissell, and they really told a universal, kind of story. They could have just told, a bunch of funny anecdotes about all the mishaps on this film, and they did that, but underneath, they revealed this great struggle of, artists and outsiders and people that had been told no for, their whole lives and careers, and who were just determined to, make something despite all the rejection. Yeah, and that was very moving.
Yeah, and I think that was the challenge of your performance, transforming into someone that, is so unlike you, to make him who he is, but in a relatable way. At no point do you hate him. So what were the challenges for you? Everyone's talking about that performance in particular.
I mean, with this character, he has such a specific kind of outside, outer behavior and way of talking, and he sounds like this. It sounds like maybe an Eastern European accent, but he claimed he's from New Orleans. He all-American guy. There's all these things that I kind of had to just practice to get down, for the outer behavior. But then what was equally as important was understanding, or trying to understand, what was going on underneath. And when I did that, I felt like I could really relate to him, that I had been a struggling actor at one point in my career. I know what it's like to, have people tell you no, and to want to do something so badly, and then to find collaborators that will go on the ride with you. Those were all things that really resonated with me, and as we were deep into making the film, I realized, wow, this is actually a very personal film for me, even though on the surface Tommy and I are very different and our careers have been very different, that underneath there was a lot of crossover.
Everything James just said means that you guys working together on this film had also all the more of a special feel to it, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time we've worked together in a substantial way, and it was mainly just about it being the right timing and the right movie and the right dynamic between our characters. We really understood that dynamic, and we ended up having a really great time together. He's a really fun director to work for. He's like he was saying, he's very collaborative. He creates an environment where everyone's opinions matter, and no one has more power than anyone else, and ultimately it's just best idea wins, no matter who it's coming from. And then on top of that, he's just the happiest I've seen him when he's behind the camera. He's like a little kid, and his energy is very infectious, and yeah, it just makes you really relax on set, and as an actor, you feel more willing to just take risks and put yourself out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel at any point that there was method acting in Tom? In the way I kept thinking at some point he's just going to break the fourth wall and tell us that he's actually, a different actor.
Tommy.
Yeah. The longest running method acting ever.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't quite do that, but last week he did tell me, after knowing him for, 2 years, he did finally say to me, the room isn't exactly, like I intended to be. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. But despite that, it's still good reaction from people, and that's all you can hope for. And so he, I think that was as much of an admission as I'll ever get about the truth there. But it's pretty clear to us that when he was making The Room, he was swinging for the fences, as they say in America. Like, he was trying to make a great drama. And only later did he rewrite history. But he admitted to me the other day that in fact, yeah, he had been trying to do this very personal movie.